everybody. Welcome to Studio 7. I'm Mercedes Wilson.
And I am Applevay.
And I'm excited. You want to know why?
Yeah. Yeah. What a tease.
I'm excited because the holiday season is close.
Yes, we are very close. I am all about the holidays. It's my favorite time of year.
Yeah. So what's your favorite? Is it Halloween, Thanksgiving, or Christmas?
Thanksgiving, Christmas, Halloween, in that order. Thanksgiving has always been my number one. My birthday is sometimes on Thanksgiving or like a day before or a day after. Mm-hmm. So that one has always kind of been elevated. I just love it. I love the football. I love the family coming together. That has always been like a clear-cut number one for me.
So do you guys host?
We did last year for the first time.
Mm-hmm. And
it went fine. It went well. Everything, like the bird was fine and the food was fine and everything went okay. Mm-hmm. We had like a weird way of kind of getting thrown into it because my wife and I have been married 5 years. Mm-hmm. When we first got married, that year I became sports director. Mm-hmm. So when you become sports director, you start going to the Bills games.
Yeah.
Well, then they started playing on Thanksgiving. So 3 or 4 years, they played on Thanksgiving out of town. So I was always gone for those couple of years. Mm-hmm. Then once, they finally didn't play on Thanksgiving, we were like, okay, we will host, kind of bring both families together. And it worked out. And they don't play on Thanksgiving this year. So we're going to try and do it again.
Okay. So do you put restrictions on people? Because I say this to my husband's family as well. Thanksgiving is not the time to try new dishes, folks.
I very much agree.
You perfect it throughout the year.
Yep.
And then when we get together, it's a good dish.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So do you guys have people that say, I'm bringing the string beans, I'm bringing does it get awkward when you talk about good food?
No, because I think what we did was just like literally if everybody brings one thing, we don't even really care what it is because it was our first try. I think we were thinking about more of just like, do we have it? Then is it is it actually even good?
Yeah.
So, but you cook to a different standard. Like you do this for yes. So for you, like the food really matters. I'm not saying it doesn't matter for me, but I don't think it's like if somebody brings a bad dish, it's better than not bringing anything. You don't agree. You clearly don't agree.
I say keep your dish at home then.
I mean,
don't you bring a bad.
I'm not a good cook. So for me, anybody who's bringing
But you're hosting though.
I'm hosting like what we did last year. And we cheat host, right? Like we hosted, we were responsible for the turkey.
Yeah.
But the morning of, I drove to my mom's house with the turkey and I was like, hey, this defrosted. Can you get this ready to go?
That is hilarious.
And I brought it back home, stuck it in the oven, and then was able to take it out. It was like, oh, look, oh my God, you did such an amazing job. I really didn't do anything.
Thanks, Mom.
Stuck it in the oven and basted it a couple times. Yeah. But no, I mean, like we're learning. Everybody in our family seems to have a couple dishes that they're really, really good at.
That's so
it's not like anybody brought something bad, but I wouldn't have even really cared. I'm going in so many different directions. I don't even think I really like sit down and eat because when you're hosting, you're doing so many different things.
That's true. That's true. What's the most important dish of Thanksgiving to you?
Ooh, this is a great question. My favorite dish is mashed potatoes.
But really? Out of all the stuff at Thanksgiving?
Yeah, because I don't ever have mashed potatoes during the year. It's not like a common thing for me. Stuffing.
I'm going to make you mashed potatoes throughout the year.
Stuffing is the one. I would love that. I would definitely love that. Trust me.
Because you got to pick a different Thanksgiving dish.
Well, stuffing is the one that I think everybody would probably go to. That's what my mom does. Mm-hmm. My mom's stuffing is really, really good. I'm just not a huge stuffing person. Like I still think it's really good, even though I'm not a huge stuffing person. Mm-hmm. Everybody seems to always go crazy for that. Like that's the one thing. She's got the big loaves of bread that are getting dried out on the dining room table for
she
days
makes
before.
The good stuff.
Oh, she makes like the real good stuff. So she goes hard with that.
Now
what's your specialty?
It's like the trifecta for me. I have to have 3 things. I have to have a slice of ham, the dressing, and cranberry sauce.
Ham. Really?
You got to eat them together.
You go ham on Thanksgiving.
I do.
Huh? No turkey?
No, I love turkey too, but ham is my favorite.
I mean, ham is better than turkey, but
Absolutely.
I feel like turkey is the quintessential Thanksgiving main dish.
You have to have it.
Yeah.
But as a kid, we used to just fight over the wishbone.
Okay.
Part of it.
Yeah.
I was never really the turkey kid. I was the ham.
We growing up, so my parents hosted Thanksgiving forever. That was always our thing. My parents hosted Thanksgiving. When my dad passed away, we kind of took over the reins of like, okay, let's start to bring both sides of the family together. Yeah. And also like the first year, we didn't want my mom to have to host without my dad. So we had everybody come over. And my Thanksgivings growing up, though, were a very traditional meal, but because we're Italian, it was always led into with like a bunch of Italian food.
That's how it's supposed to be.
It isn't with our house now, like because we host it and like we're not trying to go like crazy hard, but like my mom would always be like Italian wedding soup and then like some big salad and then probably a dish of pasta. Absolutely. And then it went into the Thanksgiving food, which seems so Italians.
Mom knows. Mom knows.
Yeah, sure. But I mean, I also saw some very serious fights in the days leading up to Thanksgiving because things were getting stressful in that house as they were getting ready.
Yes, things get very stressful. And my family knows, do not ask for food the day before.
Yeah.
Because mom is prepping. Like, I have the stuff for the dressing going. Do not, I mean, like.
You cook everything? Or do people bring over stuff?
Sometimes people bring, but I'm one of those. I'm like, so what do you want of me?
Should you take off the day before Thanksgiving because you need
so
much
always.
time? Oh, do you really?
And you should see my counters. Like the week before, I have things stacked. Like I know what order I'm making it. I know when so I start like 2 days before.
What is on the menu? Like give me like the basic menu of what you will be cooking for Thanksgiving.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So we do ham, we do turkey. You have to do the black eyed peas with some type of pork meat in it. My dad loves that. Then we have the rice. Then we have the cornbread. We have our collard greens. Did I say that already?
No.
Then we have, the cranberry sauces, canned. But I think that's, did I say, dressing, ham, turkey, all like the normal, but it's all from scratch. Like there's no, I do the cornbread a day or two in advance because it has to be a certain consistency to make the dressing good. And things are just stacked. Oh, sweet potatoes.
Okay.
You got to do the yams.
So that is Mercedes' menu. On the other side of the break, I'll tell you what I have. It's not nearly as impressive. No.
We'll be right back.
Another round of strong wins for the upcoming weekend.
The new, fully redesigned WKBW app. Download it today.
I think all of us just want a better community. It's not really about us. It is about our loved ones, but it really is so someone doesn't have to go through what we're going through.
Stories that made a difference.
Local reporting is the foundation of American journalism.
The lives they changed.
It's a story that drew international interest.
And the journalists that pushed for truth.
Democracies rely on a free press.
You're always hoping when you write a story that it will make the world a better place.
This is a celebration of the best in American journalism.
The story isn't over.
The Scripps Howard Journalism Awards.
Welcome back to Studio 7. So before the break, we talked about what I make. We didn't even talk desserts.
No, we
didn't even talk desserts. But what do you make?
Okay. Well, what I will individually make is the turkey. And then the hope is that my mom will bring the stuffing, and my mom will always, every single year, she makes like cheesy potatoes. And that's always one of my favorite things. It's just the hash, like the home fries with the cheese and the whole thing. That's always really, really good. My mother-in-law will make a really big salad and mashed potatoes. There will be some sort of cornbread. There will be some sort of biscuits. There will be a green bean casserole. My wife loves green bean casserole. Like that's like her favorite thing that comes on the plate. And then there's obviously a bunch of hors d'oeuvres. There's a bunch of desserts. So it's not over the top, but I feel like you've got all of your bases covered where you've got a vegetable in green bean casserole. You've got all of the starches you could possibly want. And then obviously you've got turkey. Oh, and then cranberry sauce. Somebody brings cranberry sauce.
You have to have cranberry sauce.
Yeah, I'm just not a big cranberry sauce guy.
I can honestly say I've never made green bean casserole.
Really?
I don't think I've ever had green bean casserole.
Green bean casserole is... What is the best way of just explaining what green bean
Isn't it cream
casserole
of
is?
mushroom soup in it?
It's green beans, cream of mushroom soup, and then those French fried onions baked on top
I like
of
the
it.
French fried onion.
I mean, green bean casserole tastes like... This is bad to say. Green bean casserole tastes like the luncheon after a funeral. That is what it tastes like in like one of those big tin foil like
happy
things.
Thanksgiving.
Well, that's what I mean. Way to come together, everybody. It tastes like something that is mass produced that isn't that good but is not bad. That's what it tastes like.
Well, then why does your family make it?
Because everybody makes it.
No, everybody doesn't.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's got to be. We will look up. It has to be within the top 5 most. Well, top 5 might be a stretch. Top 10 most popular Thanksgiving dishes.
Okay.
Way more people make green bean casserole than collard greens.
I doubt it.
Really?
I bet you way more people would like green.
I don't disagree. What exactly is a collard green?
It's a vegetable.
Okay.
It's a big leaf.
Yes.
And you mix it with, it's just seasonings. It's normally a type of pork that you put in it, like a ham hock or a neck bone or something.
Sure.
And you cook it down and you add a couple different vegetables like onions, you add garlic, vinegars. I'm going to bring you some.
Does it get like super tender? Is that the whole concept?
Yes.
So what is like the consistency of a collard green once it's finally cooked?
Consistency, delicious.
Well, okay, but give me like, what is like the texture of it once I'm eating it? Is this
texture is fabulous?
Okay, well, I've never had it. So I'm going
to bring you some.
I would love
because
to try
I make them on a regular at home.
Oh, so this is
throughout
not
the year.
This is not just like a Thanksgiving thing.
No. I make it all year.
I mean, I know that as I've traveled the country, there have been places that I've gone to where collard greens is like just a side that is always available. Right? It's like macaroni and cheese, mashed potatoes, collard greens.
Now
like
tell me,
those are
how many menus have you seen green bean casserole as just a side?
Oh, green bean. What do you mean just a side?
Because you're saying collard greens in some places you've been is just, greens are a side.
No, I don't think anywhere I'm going would be like, we got great green bean casserole. Green bean casserole is the thing that, like I said, when you have a Friendsgiving, which is something that we found out existed, we're like, oh, we'll bring the green bean casserole because it takes 10 minutes to make it.
Yeah.
It's not difficult. And that is my speed. Like my speed is not the collard greens that you're describing sound like a lot of work, right?
No.
You said that you got
it takes a lot of love, but not a lot of work. I'm going to bring you some.
I would love to.
I'm going to bring you some.
I like a lot of different foods, so I would really like to try it. There's a lot of things that I have not had.
I'm making some this weekend.
You fall into a trap, and this is, trust me, it's not a bad thing, but like I was raised in an Italian American household where we had sauce on Sundays, so there was always some sort of pasta. On Thursdays we had chicken cutlets, and then there were like random days that kind of pieced together either the leftover sauce or the leftover cutlets, or like my dad would make something. But we weren't having collard greens. I've never had that. I've never even tried it. So I've never even tried it when I've been other places because I'm always fearful of collard greens. I've heard are good, but I could get something I know
I'm going to make
good.
you a believer. I got you, man.
I believe that. I believe that.
So do you have etiquette? Like, is there any etiquette like for Thanksgiving? No double dipping, people. No, like, is there any etiquette around the holidays? Everybody just.
I don't care. I mean, my thing is like we're all family or we're all friends, so I don't really care. You care?
I absolutely care.
I don't think that I would even notice. I mean, if I was staring at somebody and I watched them like take 2 dips of something, that would be kind of gross. I don't think anybody would do that. But if they did, I don't know if I'd like freak out.
I would.
You would?
I absolutely would.
Well, what do you have beforehand? Because I guess you would have to have some sort of dip. I don't think we ever have some sort of dip beforehand. What else can you double dip that is not just like a dip?
I mean, sometimes people take their silverware and like when they go to get the greens or something, instead of using the spoon in there, they'll just dip their fork or something in.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, I'm just thinking it's big pots of stuff all around.
How many people do you have?
We can have anywhere from 10 to 20.
Yeah, I mean, like we're going to be at like 25 this year.
That's a good number.
That's a big number. So we will set up everything buffet style, but there's no like one big table. There's just not space.
It's a lot of fun
for one big table. So we just have everybody all over the house. So what we did last year is we have a room in the back of our house that has like a fireplace that is kind of turned into our daughter's playroom. We just took everything out of it and put like long tables in there.
That's cool.
And then just had like all the food there. And it was like everybody go gets the food in the back room, and then you take it and you find a place to go sit. And we also kept this. This is not fancy. This was paper plates. This was plastic fork and silverware and everything. And then at the end, just a big garbage bag. Everybody throws it in. Like it's already enough.
Yeah.
We don't need to make it harder on ourselves.
Yeah.
And that's what we did. And honestly, it worked really, really well.
So the big debate in my family is, what time do you eat the first meal?
Well, we always had, growing up, because we are big sports fans, we always ate after the first football game. So the first football game was on at noon.
Okay.
So we would always eat like 3:30 or something.
Wow.
Why is that super early?
No, that's super late.
Really?
Yeah. I feel like if you don't have at least 3 plates, it's not Thanksgiving. You need time.
3 plates. What do you mean?
Yeah, like you need to eat the first one at noon. So then you can watch the first game.
Oh, so you
and the second one is at 3.
You eat that early?
Yeah.
Oh, no, we don't eat that early.
Oh, yeah.
No.
And then the last one is around 7.
We got into a pretty big routine of we would eat the first meal around 3:30, and then we would just kind of chill. And then I would imagine dessert was usually like at halftime of the second game, the Cowboys game.
Dessert after each one.
Dessert after each one, basically. Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Going to school, not knowing that I was going to work as a broadcast meteorologist, to working at the station I grew up idolizing, to now being the nightside weather anchor. To say it out loud seems like it would never be obtainable. And here I am doing it. It's amazing.
Join us in the kitchen for Recipes for 7 Life.
It's festive, it's beautiful, it's delicious.
Great friends, laughs, and some fantastic food. Recipes for 7 Life presented by Tops Friendly Markets.
Let's go!
All right, welcome back, everyone. Before the break, we were talking just kind of about Thanksgiving, and we started to tease a little bit about the dessert conversation.
Yeah.
I have a very clear-cut top dessert as far as Thanksgiving is concerned, but I don't think it's a popular opinion. You're looking
I'm afraid
at me.
because you said mashed potatoes was your go-to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not, you can tell, the most cultured person if I'm like, oh, mashed potatoes. What do you think my favorite Thanksgiving dessert is?
Pecan rolls?
I don't even know what that is. I mean, I know what pecan pie is. I don't know
Okay.
what pecan
Well,
rolls are.
I don't know.
Apple pie.
Oh, okay. Apple pies are the bomb.
I love a good apple pie. I think apple pie, I mean, like I said earlier, Thanksgiving always falls around my birthday. So my aunt would always bring like a homemade ice cream birthday cake, and that was that like slapped. But apple pie to me is like I know pumpkin pie is the quintessential Thanksgiving dessert. I just don't think pumpkin pie is that good.
Have you ever had a sweet potato pie?
No, I haven't actually.
Okay, so I'm going to bring you one of those too.
Okay, I love that. I love that. I'm not cooking anything for Thanksgiving. I'm going to show up with collard greens and
a
sweet potato pie.
I'm going to bring you one of those too.
Uh-huh.
So growing up, my aunt, seriously, probably had 20 cakes around her table.
Okay.
People would come. She would make extras. People would come and just get their desserts.
Yeah.
For the family for Thanksgiving.
That's awesome.
And she had lemon pies and lemon cake, chocolate cake, sweet potato pie, like lemon pies.
All pies.
Just cakes and pies. And her cakes were at least 2-3 layers. Just a table full of desserts. And she would probably make 10 to 15 sweet potato pies.
Yeah.
Because everybody loved her pies. So they would come and say, hey, I need my dessert for my family. And so my family loves my apple pie.
Sure.
So I have to make an apple pie. We have to make sweet potato pie. I love a good pecan pie. So I do a few different desserts. My favorite is cherry.
Really?
I love a good cherry pie.
So my grandfather loved cherry pie. He had a bunch of land and was a farmer and just had a ton of like different crops that he would grow and all this different produce. And cherries were one of the things that he always had. So he always like was bringing over fresh cherries and stuff. And yeah, like cherry pie. I'm not a big cherry because I just don't love cherries. They are so sweet. And if you don't love something that's that sweet.
Yeah.
So for me, the one thing I'll say, I think Italians do a lot of food right. Desserts for Italians are hit or miss because Italian people love random cookies that aren't that good. Like
y'all have some good Italian,
but like Italian cookie trays, I would just give me a chocolate chip cookie. Like, do you know what a cucciatati is?
No.
Okay, cucciatati is like a fig cookie. And,
I love those.
And people in my family love them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it seems like a ton of work to make them. It really
is.
So my favorite like Italian cookie, my sister makes unbelievable biscotti. Like the double baked biscotti dipped in like a dark chocolate that are just exceptionally good. But I lean more towards the pie. But I feel like growing up, it was only a couple pies. And then it was mainly like cookies and ice cream and stuff.
So I have a friend every holiday season. She brings me a tray of the different Italian cookies and she probably makes 10 different variations.
Oh my gosh. Yes. It's a quintessential thing for a wedding. Honestly, like some sort of big event, like a big tray of random Italian cookies that are all a bunch of different colors. Yeah. Chocolate chip cookies are better. Peanut butter cookies are better. The one thing, I don't know if lemon squares are like, that's not like an Italian thing. I think that is like everybody's thing.
Yeah.
And they're just fine.
Yeah, no, I need cake. I like my family loves red velvet cake too. So I normally make a red velvet.
I'm really intrigued by the sweet potato pie.
Oh, because I'm bringing you greens and sweet potato pie.
Because I do really love sweet potato. So compared to a pumpkin pie, what is it? Just a little less sweet?
I don't. It's
because the consistency.
There's a richness to it.
Yeah.
I don't know. You just have to taste it.
And you make all of this? Like you don't let anybody else bring any of this stuff?
No. People bring dishes, or like my dad normally comes the night before. And he and I cook together.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So my dad will come and we'll cook together. And he makes certain dishes because he thinks he makes the ribs better.
Yeah. He don't? No. Sorry.
Yes, he does.
Sorry.
Yes,
Dad.
he does.
He's great.
Yes, he does.
So, I mean, we got sidetracked because we started talking so much about Thanksgiving. Is Thanksgiving also your favorite based off of everything that you've said?
No, Christmas is.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Christmas is. But Thanksgiving is my favorite cooking holiday.
That's a fair differentiation. I totally get that.
But Christmas is my favorite. Once Christmas is over, I leave my tree up a couple months, and then I'm sad until October so I can put it back up.
When does the tree come up?
Oh, the tree comes up mid-October.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Trees.
I mean, I don't disagree. I love. I do disagree.
Yeah.
But not. I'm not crazy off. I will legitimately start listening to Christmas music on November 1st. I will be sick of it by December. That is how much I listen to it.
No.
But my tree will go up mid-November. My tree will be.
It's way too late.
My tree will be a Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get home. I'll tell my wife, I'm going to pick up like Chinese takeout. We'll put like the Savers game on.
That's so cool.
And we were like, put up the tree. And now we got to figure out, this is a different conversation for a different day. Last year, like our baby didn't walk. Now she runs all over the place. Like, what do we do with the tree? Because she will go ham on ripping down those ornaments.
Do you have any pets?
Yeah, we have a dog, but the dog doesn't pay any attention to the tree.
Okay.
I love the look of like getting home at night with the tree and the lights on and stuff. It is the best. Our tree will stay up from mid-November to probably mid-January. Is that not long enough?
Don't judge me. I took mine down in May.
You know what's funny? I like superstitiously have been leaving the tree up until the Bills get eliminated from the playoffs. So if they go far, then the tree will stay up until February. But if they don't, then it'll probably be down pretty soon.
Yeah, my family talked about me.
Yeah.
It happened in May. Well,
yeah.
Thank you all for joining us today on Studio 7. This was great.
The holiday conversations here at Studio 7, because we're already at that time of the year.
We'll see you soon. Bye.